Hey again, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Today is Saturday, February 26th, and I am still on time with my content. If you are coming to visit me and have discussions with all the content makers and all the channels and discussions online, if you come here with me, I truly do appreciate it because there's a lot of stuff out there and a lot of people talking about a lot of good things. Some of it not so good, a lot of blathering on. I try to keep it to the point. On that note, all right, so good to see you. I'm going to go ahead and start on here with our topic, which I have none today. And the reason why I tell you that is I got up this morning and I thought about what we would talk about, and I read the emails, and I thank you for the emails, and we have our discussions. This is more of a pep talk. People ask me some things that, by the way, if you have a sensitivity to coarse language, just go ahead and stop the video now and visit somewhere else, because I can't guarantee that I'm going to self-censor everything that I say. So go ahead and do that now, and then we'll continue. Anyhow, with the self-censoring, there's a good reason why I don't tell you every single thing that I've experienced, because things that you put out on the internet can be somewhat permanent. If it's mirrored or shared or whatever, archived somewhere, it can be pulled up later on. It can be used against you. Remember, we're dealing with narcissists. We're dealing with cluster B personality disorder people, sociopaths, possibly psychopaths who have used damn near every word that you've ever said against you. You need to be really careful. And I've mentioned that it's just not time for me to expand our discussion into some things that I keep getting asked about and I can't talk about just yet. But here, it's coming up. It's March is Tuesday, so it's coming up spring. So in the middle of spring, before summer, I will be able to talk about those things. So anyway, to the pep talk, to our discussion today. Listen, this is getting to be such a big problem globally. Can't talk about that. Personally, can't talk about that. Okay, you can't talk about these things in full spectrum, or someone's going to shut you down or do something that's harmful to you. So anyway, you know what? At some point in time, you gotta fucking fight back. At some point in time, you gotta lay it out to the narcissist how it's gonna be. You can't continue to just take their abuse and enable them so you send them on down the road. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen just go no contact. And if you can just fucking go no contact, go no contact. But don't put that down here, because most of the people are either finding out that they're dealing with a sociopath or a narcopath, and they can't go no contact. What do you think all these videos are about? You think that if there would just be, you know what, there would be one video, one. Just go no contact. Less than 60 seconds, problem solved. If it were that easy, what are you doing here? Why are you in the comments section? And if you can't stand a labeling of a narcissist as stupid, really, after everything that I've been through personally with this gaggle of maggots, that somehow you're going to defend the label? No, this is unacceptable. And you know what? We've been accepting this kind of behavior for a very long time. If anybody tells you to stand down to a narcissist, leave what's yours, what's rightfully yours, don't try to fix your reputation. You know what? These people, either they don't understand what you've been through. I know they don't understand what I've been through. If they don't understand it, then maybe you need to put some distance between you and them. I'm not saying cut ties. I'm not saying that they are a narcopath, but maybe they don't have your best interest at heart. Because for a long time, I would go to people and say, hey, so-and-so's doing this, or so-and-so's doing that. And I would get the same thing. Oh, well, you just calm down and you just mind your business. You know what? These people are decimating large swaths of my life, and I want to have something to say about it. But they keep getting you to just sit down and sit still, and eventually you end up in a real fucking mess because you didn't address the issues early on, right? So how do you deal with this? How do you fight back? You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Number one is you stop talking to them. Okay, you don't discuss anything with a narcissist that's absolutely not necessary. All right, that's your very first thing. You're not going to give them any more information. We've gone through this over and over again, but we're talking about fighting back here, okay? The first thing is don't give them any information. Period. End of story, okay? Here's the other thing. And I can't really go into these things yet, but let's just say that and God knows that the legal system is not corrupt at all, and it's completely fair, and it's just fair and just, and that's just what it is. Well, you know what? There's a bunch of narcissists on the bench too, and let's put it to you this way. Let's say that a judge writes something that says that you can't talk about it. All right? Now, this can go for a whole lot of things. It can go for all kinds of court instances, issues. If the judge tells you that you can't, what do you think's on the other end of that? What do you think is on the other end of that if you defy what this person in black is telling you? Well, let's go through it, okay? Jail, number one, all right? If you don't do what they say, then that's what you get to look forward to. Garnishing wages, taking your money away, bank accounts. And at the end of this, the end of a gun. All right? So if you don't do what this judge who is doling out justice does, you get to do what they say, or at the very end of this, and this goes globally too. This isn't just about narcissism and personal narcissism. This is the bullshit that we're going through daily right now with these motherfuckers who are in charge, who have enabled the goddamn narcissists around me to behave the way that they did. You don't get it. It's not like you can just walk off. I don't even want to hear that anymore. If you can, do it. You know what? You don't like your government? Just go make a new country. How about that? You don't like your media? Just go make a new radio station or a television. Just go do it. You can't. It doesn't work that way. We're tangled up with these monsters, and you got to figure out a way. So if garnishments are on the other side of this, jail terms, or when the cops show up at your door, locked and loaded, what are you supposed to do? Tell them that you gave at the office. Nah, I'm not really interested in doing what you say. It all comes down to force. And the fucking narcissist knows this. That's how they enforce the law. And I'm going to give you air quotes a lot. The law. All right? So the narcissist knows how to triangulate. Like, how can you be scared of a 100-pound woman? It's like, you know what? This person's over here stabbing you in the back, telling other people horrible things. They rile people up against the target, which I have had happen. I can't even tell you how many times we've talked about this before, where you show up and you've never even met this person. They're giving you this look, right? So they know that the court system is a wonderful place to help destroy you and basically strip mine your entire life of anything that you might have, or strip mine it for a while after that, because the judge ordered you to do so. All right, so what are you supposed to do with this, right? And I keep telling you to fucking fight back. Well, here's the deal. If that's on the other side, you're going to have to fight dirty, okay? You're going to have to stop trying to take the high road. You're going to have to stop trying to, you know what that really is? It's cowardice is what it really is. You want to say what this really is? It's because you're a fucking coward. That's what it is, okay? When you go, especially, and you know what, cowards, you may not be narcissists, but the cowards also group themselves together as well. The cowards want you to stand down, because if you do something about it, they might have to do something about it. You see, we're not all just independent of each other. This is why it's so damaging to be around a narcopath, because they creep in and screw up giant pieces of your life, and it's really hard to get out. But you know what? You're going to have to do some of the things that I talked about. There's no other way to do this. And this does even work on a global level. When are they going to start taking these motherfuckers out in handcuffs? These people, and they lie their ass off to you on television. They create laws behind, again, this is this law thing, they create these laws behind your back, things that you don't even know they're implemented. And by God, when you show up to one of their jackbooted thugs on the road, and or they're at your front door telling you how things are going to be, what are you going to do? Then it's too late. It's gone far enough. It's gone far enough on the global scale, and it's gone far enough on your personal scale. At the very least, stop putting up with their nonsense. Just stop. It's time. It's time that all the people that have been abused by these monsters stood up, did what's right for themselves, and teach the narcissist a lesson that you don't fuck with me that way. You don't do it. All right? It's not going to happen anymore. If you don't teach them the lesson, they're going to continue to do it to you, and they're going to do it to somebody else. So what is this whole big kumbaya? You can't always do that. I don't even know why some of you people are on the channel or the channels like this if that's all it was. If that's all it is, bye, go. Because we know what? Those of us that have not been able to just go no contact, that's just useless. It's absolutely useless drivel. Nobody cares about what you have to say. All right? So anyway, this is Tia Ravenson, a little less censored. I know I try to come to you with very equitable and and calm and kind, but you know what? The experience that I've had was nothing like that. It was extremely difficult, and it's time that I can open up a little and start saying what I really mean. I want you, and I do, I want you to subscribe and like and share, because I want the subscriber count. I want people to see what's going on. I have stuff to share that's going to blow your mind. I can't do it right now, but the time's coming, and when I do, you bet it's going to be well worth the wait. But it's not time today, because there are people who have inserted themselves in power, and then other people who insert themselves into your life that make it nearly impossible for you to tell the whole truth, right? So here we are, we're bound and gagged, can't say anything until the time is right. And I've been very, very patient waiting until this time, and if you can tell, I'm a little bit riled up, ready to go. So anyway, okay, the pep talk is, don't fuck around. Stop letting them use and abuse you. Teach the narcissist a goddamn lesson, all right? So, here we go. I want to thank you all for joining me, and I'm going to sign off, and I hope to see y'all again real soon. Thanks.